Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and it is day 23 of the Countdown to Christmas card series with Michelle from Scrap Secrets. And today our theme is washi tape. So I'm going to create this quick card using the Honeybee Stamps Big Santa stamp here. I absolutely love this. So I am using a light pink piece of cardstock because I was going for like a vintage look. I'm not sure I like how this color combo turned out, but I like the concept. I think I might have just gone with like a beige piece of paper instead of the pink, but I'm just using my anti-static powder tool because I am going to heat emboss this in gold. So I'm using this Simon Says stamp ink pad, and it came out of the case. The glue gave way. So I picked it up. I was going to see if it would adhere back, but I knew better, so I just take the foam pad and finish stamping with it because why not? I will switch to my Versamark ink pad because I did have to stamp this a couple of times, but I saved you from watching that. And then I'm going to coat this with the gilded embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and I heat this up. I absolutely love metallic embossing powder. It's one of the first things I did at a stamping class, and I was hooked. It starts out really grainy and dry looking, and when you heat it up with your heat tool, it gets melted and it gets really nice and smooth and shiny. So it's always fun to watch. I tried to catch it so you guys could see it, but it really wasn't as wowing on camera as I wanted it to be. I do end up taking a little paintbrush because there was a line in my mitten on Santa that I wasn't sure was supposed to be there. It could have been part of the design, but I swept it away just because I felt like it didn't belong there. And then once I have that heated, I am going to add gathered twigs Distress Oxide ink all around my panel. So while I'm working on that, I just thought I'd talk to you a little bit about this series. So this is 25 projects, so we have 2 videos after this one left for the series, and we are done. It's been 2 projects a week on Mondays and Fridays with various themes, techniques, color schemes, stamp sets that Michelle and I have randomly selected the order of to give you holiday inspiration. There are, a wide variety of, topics, and Michelle and I both craft very differently, so you will get 2 different twists on the same, theme for the day. So I will link Michelle's channel down below so that you can check out her channel to see what she's created using washi tape. And I will have the 2023 and 2024 playlist listed in the more information section as well. And then I've got to go back and add them to other videos because I've been slacking on adding the playlist for 2025 at the end screen of the current video. I just have to do it on my computer. YouTube won't let me do it on my phone, which is where I do a lot of my recording and editing. So I just don't always think to sit down with the laptop and add in the playlist at the end, but I will work on that. I have filmed the remainder of my projects for the series just because I am seeing a hand doctor today for a second opinion about my thumb, so I'm not quite sure what the treatment plan will be. So just in case I'm down and out for crafting, I wanted to make sure that I got everything finished for this series. I will be doing a giveaway at the end of this, so I will randomly select one video and put the comments in a randomizer and select one winner from that. So the more you comment, the more likely you are to be entered in for a chance for the gift card drawing. So now that I have added my gathered twigs around the edge of this panel just to give it a distress look, here's my washi tape. It says Merry and Bright. I want to say it's from Tim Holtz, but I'm not 100% on that. A lot of these things are just randomly in drawers, and I have no idea where they're from. So then I put the glue on this, and I'm getting ready to adhere it to this white card base, and I have this distress look on this panel, and when I went to go add it on the very stark white card base, I was like, don't know if I like that very much. So I ended up taking the gathered twigs and running it around the background of the panel. And as I was watching the video back, I don't dislike the white pop of color, or lack of color, I guess. But I decided to give it a distressed look all the way around. If I wasn't lazy, I would have taped off the seam so that I could have done a better job on that left-hand side, but I just was very careful and didn't bother taping it. And then I will re-glue that to my card base. And that is going to complete the card for today. And since that was a quick project, and I saw this recently on, I'm not sure if it was TikTok, Instagram, where I was on social media, or who it was I saw it from, but they had taken and used washi tape to create an ornament. And I have a lot of stars and moon washi tape. It came as a set, and it was from Ink Road Stamps. And so I thought it would be neat if I had some blank wooden coasters, like little discs that I had originally made something for a coworker for her baby. So I have a bunch, and so I thought it would be really neat if I did this as a coaster instead of an ornament, because this I didn't want to, I mean, I could drill a hole in it with my Dremel, but I just figured it would be like a neat coaster for her, because my girlfriend absolutely loves everything sun, moon, and stars. So I'm just going to add my washi tape to this wooden blank. I cut out a lot of this because it's just repetitive of adding down the washi tape. And then I will burnish it with my bone folder, my Teflon bone folder, just to make sure that it's adhered down, as flat as it can be. And then struggle to pry it off the table, because as you see, I'm leaving extra, which is essentially adhering it to my glass mat. Anyways, I figured it all out, get it all lifted off the table and burnish down, and then I will take my scissors and just trim around the outside to have this, nice and neat. And then once I have that done, I will burnish it again, but I will then add a layer of Mod Podge to the top of it just to seal it in. And then because I'm impatient, I do heat set that so that you guys can see, because it really dulled the washi tape, and this has a really nice metallic finish on some of it, like the moons, as you can see, are metallic. And so that was really dull, and I thought, oh great, I just ruined this. But I dried it, and the shine came right back. So I think this would make a great set. I'd only made one so far, but I may make a couple of extra to have as a little gift set. And I could do some matching cards if I wanted. So this is just another gift idea. If you had, extra washi tape that I know I have a stash of it and I have no idea what to do with it. So this would be a good way to use some of that up. You could customize it for your recipient or the occasion. Or like I said, you could, drill a hole in this, or you may have ornaments that already have holes in them that you could add your washi tape and then just put a clear sealer over the top of it so that it stays on. I'm just cleaning up my mess, and here's my big old tub of Mod Podge that I have, and I'm just going to use a paintbrush from my stash to get that painted on, and then I will heat that so you can see. I don't remember if I left the heating in. I probably cut that part out, and then again, you never know what I do. I'm just making sure that it's an even layer, so I'm just going to pick it up and make sure that, and I'm trying to get out some of the brush strokes, just to make sure it's nice and smooth, and see where you can't really see those moons anymore. And I thought, great, I just ruined this project. I'm going to have to cut this out because this is going to be a disaster. But we're going to heat that, and once I'm done, I think I cut it out, and then here is the shiny coated finish. And those are my projects for today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them for me down below. And as always, I hope that you have a great day.